Hello, back in the feed room. We are off out today. We have a saddle check over at Andy Milner's, and 7 minutes down the road is Angus Smales eventing. So guess what? We're going cross-country schooling straight after. Looking forward to it because he hasn't seen a cross-country fence since Dallas Burston, a previous vlog. Go give it a watch if you haven't seen it already. You get behind his ears in that one because I had my GoPro on. I was going to bring it today, but I've forgotten it. Boo. But yes, looking forward to it. His first time over cross country since then. We are out next Saturday doing the no dressage eventing at Dallas Burston. So I wanted him to go and see some more fences before we do that. So yeah, gorgeous day. It happens to be that really nice week that we're having at the minute in the UK. Summer has arrived. Someone's finally flicked the switch. So I'm going to crack on. The kid's having his breakfast already. And yeah, I best get a move on. So see you in a minute.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were looking up, he said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time.
Okay, here we go. First stop, saddle check. I get this done quite regular. I do anyway, but with him changing so much since coming to me from being a racehorse, he's changed so much. So I go every sort of like 3 months at the minute. Not a bad thing, because there's been quite a few times I've had to change the gullet. So let's get going. Dad's sunning himself. Saddle ready? Right boy, I'm going to get you out into the sunshine. You're a good boy, you didn't kick the lorry, did you? This is only once. Beautiful day. So here we are at the saddle check. Andy's actually got somebody else in there trying on some new saddles, I think. So he said he's running a little bit late, but that's fine. But you don't mind, do you? You just stood here looking glorious in the sun. I won't go too low because I think he needs a wee. Are you putting it away now? Oh dear. It's a problem with boys. I had a mare. I've had mares for years. First gelding I've had in a while. Takes some getting used to. So here we are, going to have a saddle check. But I just want to show you this at the side of Andy's school. Look, how beautiful is this? Dad stood there wishing he was fishing. Right dude, so far so good. Saddle looks like it still fits. He's only changed a little bit, so just gonna have a ride round. The dressage saddle unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to fit ever, so we're gonna have to trade it in. Okay, so what Andy does is he checks the saddle on Archie without a numbner first, while stood at the side of the horse box. We then tack him up fully, go into the school. Andy, as you can see, was in the corner just there. He goes to different corners, watches me go down both sides, and he has me walking around for a little while. He then has me trotting on both reins, and then he asks me to pick up the canter so that he can have a look. And he always watches stood from the corner so he can see behind whether the saddle's moving up and down, if it's moving either side. He will also tell me if I'm moving to one side or not. That has happened in the past, and I was out of line and went to a physio and got myself sorted out. So he is really good for that as well. But I wasn't asking the kid to come down on a contact or anything. We're literally just there to have a walk, trot and a canter round to check his saddle. Then it was a case of getting him boxed up and going 10 minutes down the road to Angus Smales cross-country course. So this was actually turning into quite a nice little warm-up before heading there. Right, we are now at the cross country. Obviously it's the other side of all this. Angus is actually making some new fences. He's very good at that, but you'll see behind me all the fences in the fields. But good news on the saddle front, everything can stay the same, fits in perfectly. I did go and have a look at the Kenton Master competition dressage saddle. Really like it, sat in it. They've changed their design so much. I never used to like their jump saddles, but now I love it. I sold my old dressage saddle because I slid around in it so much. I've just sat in one of their new ones. So my Albion is going to be up for sale, and I'm going to be getting a Kenton Master because they fit him a treat and they're changeable. Right, dude, stop chewing your rope. Let's get on, get cracking. Here we are. Nice big playground. Yay! They have all different sizes, as you can see. Different kind of combinations. You can put a good course together, have a good old gallop round these fields. Perfect cross-country schooling. And look at this ground. The ground here is always marvellous. I haven't got studs because he hasn't got stud holes, but I've always found here, I've never really slipped or anything, but you do have, you've got your ditch, your rail ditch rail over here. Grass needs a bit of a cut in places, but no, all good in the hood. Okay, so I just want to put out there a disclaimer. Guys, my riding was shocking on this day. I was taking it steady because we did combinations he's never even seen before, let alone done. He had no stud holes, so I couldn't put studs in. He's never had them yet. The ground is good there, but I don't want to risk it and scare him, especially with him being a baby. So I was a bit steady. However, some of that was also down to the fact that I had a crashing fall on him a couple of days before this, and I was still in a little bit of discomfort, not going to lie. It wasn't his fault. I was out hacking and we were wandering along, lovely, when a pheasant suddenly jumped up in front of us and started screeching and flapping. Waited till we were on top of it. Now, any horse would have done what he did, not just an ex-racehorse or a thoroughbred, any horse. He dropped his shoulder, whipped round. I was hanging on for dear life, but that spooked him even more with me hanging outside door. So I came crashing down, and that is a long way to come down. I had a rather black bottom, a nice sore black shoulder, my good shoulder, because my other one I broke and dislocated on my last horse, Athena, and it's held together with a metal bar. So my head also swung back and I ended up with whiplash and a rather sore head. Also that night, thinking I had concussion because I started being sick, no, I had that norovirus. So I had a great time of it, and then a couple of days later, here I am doing this. So please don't judge. My riding is a little bit backwards, but hey, this is reality, and here it is. Keeping it simple to start, just a nice little fence, and I was really pleased because he usually does jump the first fence really weird and spooky, but that's the first time he didn't, so I was thrilled. Then I found a little line of small but slightly wider fences to have a play over, and I was thrilled with him there. I thought he went through that lovely. I love that he doesn't just take off, although is this the one where he might? You're in for a treat in a minute, guys. As you can see, Angus's field is also, it's quite hilly, it's not flat, so it's really good terrain training for them and gets them used to the real deal when they're out and about. And there he goes. Yep, could have got another stride in there. I think he did that because he really had to reach, and then he was celebrating that he made it over. Now guys, that is what he can do, and he does that quite a lot. When I first got him, he would do about 4 of them big bucks, then drop his shoulder to the left and whip round. So in a year, I've come off him 4 times, and I think that's quite good. given the manoeuvres this horse can do. This next one is a little bit odd. I trotted him over this ages ago. Now you watch, I don't know if he goes to duck, but he jumped it really weird. I don't understand. He has been through it before, so I didn't really consider him maybe ducking, but it's quite high. It's not low, or he saw something, I don't know, but he caught his back leg slightly, but nothing to worry about. Now with ditches, he's a little bit of a weirdo. As you can see, I've trotted in, quite steady, and he's gone, nope. So I knew, go away, canter into it, he'll jump it. Oh, would you look at that? He's not scared of ditches, but if I wander up to them, if I walk up to them, if I trot up to them, he'll go, I ain't doing that. But if I canter, he pops over them. Very bizarre. But he went through there lovely. That is 2 strides in there, but we got 3 because I was riding a little bit on the steady side. But I don't care, he made it quite nicely. I think I was worried about this fence. I thought, oh, is it too much for him? Clearly not. Did that quite easy, actually. Guys, that was his first look at the water, so I was thrilled that he just trotted through it. And then he comes around and does this. What a superstar! I ended up just having a little play with the water, got him cantering through, etc. I then saw a little bank, and he's never jumped up a bank, so this is his first time jumping up a bank. I thought he was going to get another stride in there, but he didn't. Here he is doing the rail ditch rail. Dad missed the first rail, but that was a lot more confident than the first one that you saw previously, so I was pleased with that. Put my brave pants on here and decided to do it going downhill. We got a little bit legs muddled there. It's quite steep, but the kid did it. And then we go off. And my concern there was that we were going to slip because we had no studs. But then I thought, oh come on, let's just carry on and have a whiz through the water. I'm the colour of my peak. I am thrilled with that, guys. Did not expect to do a load of combinations and things, but hey, we did it. And we jumped the spread over there. I was like, oh, do I, don't I? And he did it so easy. I don't know what I was worried about. Really chuffed with that. So I'm going to quickly get off him, get him washed off now because it's rather warm. Dad's just taken him through for a well-earned pick. Wasn't he a superstar? happy with that. That is us back. He's having some sloppy lunch. It's just his fibre nuts, a bit of his linseed and some chop and some carrot. Just to say well done. You deserve a bit of lunch after all that this morning. And now we've got a beautiful day for him to go out into the field. So couldn't ask for better, could we? Yeah, really surprised at some of the stuff he did today. He surprised me. He's definitely more confident and getting a bit bold, as you will have seen. He's a bugger for sticking them in. But yeah, he's really wanting to just go now and take me into them. So I just straight in the water. The ditch is fine as long as I canter up to it. If I walk or trot up to it, he's like, But yeah, canter him, he's fine. Very odd, but he's not ditchy, he's not watery. He hasn't got a problem with steps. He did his first step up today. I thought it was quite a big one, but he did it fine. Yeah, all the ones you think, oh, I need to go and train on them, he's absolutely fine with. And so the spread that we did, I was a bit nervous about doing that. I was like, oh, is that a bit too much? But I don't know why I was worried. He popped it beautifully. So yeah, he did get a little cut at the top of his hind leg, just in here. What happened was, I don't know if Dad got it on video, you'll have seen by now if he has, but it was the one with the arch, and it was only a little jump, and I've trotted over it on him before when because last time I went to Angus's, I literally just rode round, let him see the fences, because he was spooking at all the cross-country fences. He wouldn't go near them, so I just went to have a ride round, and we went into the water and we jumped a little log, and we jumped this one with the arch because it was only small. We trotted over it, so I didn't think anything of it. So I've gone over a jump, cantered up to it, jumped it, he's jumped, and then suddenly ducked like this and dropped his legs on it, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't even consider the thing over his head, because like I say, we've jumped it once before, but my bad. And yeah, he went off a little bit, and I was like, oh, what's he done? But then he was sound, and yeah, so now I can see he's got a little cut, so I'm just going to go put something on that. But other than that, superstar. Anyway, dude, shall we get you brushed? Because I bathed him, but he needs a brush now. Get something on that, get some fly spray on him and get him out. So yeah, next outing is going to be Dallas Burston. No dressage eventing. Yay! Well, at least I know my saddle fits. I now know I need to get a new dressage saddle, so start saving some pennies, and yeah, next outing next week. I feel really confident though now to take him and do the 18 no bother with what he was jumping today. So that's why we do the schooling. Didn't need to do loads, it was just enough to make me feel more confident about going out and doing what we're doing next week. So mission accomplished. Right, until next time, bye.